Ooh, don't fall. Don't fall. Hey again. Hey Casey. Hey Brooke. Hi Rachel. Let me move some of this stuff out of my way. Hi guys. Give me a second because I'm sending out invites to my girls. Hey Rachel. Hi Crystal. Invite your teams, guys. Sorry that I'm coming in a little bit earlier than expected. Oh, I knew you were gonna be here, boo. So my life is crazy, guys, and I told Adriana I'd come in here at 3, and then I have a birthday party at 3, so I have to come in a little early, but that's okay. Hey, Amy. Okay, I'm gonna get started. So people can watch the replay, of course. It'll always be posted. But, if you guys have questions throughout, I probably won't even read them. But I will read them after, or, you know, I'll try to catch up towards the end if you guys have questions or anything. But when I was asked to come into this group and speak about my impact from convention, I realized that no matter what, my impact was a little bit different. So I took classes, right? And the classes really gave me some in-depth ideas on what to do with my business, what I need to change, what I can do better as a leader for my girls. But my biggest impact came from a different side of it. And when I spoke to Adriana about coming in here and, you know, doing a video for you guys, I really wanted to talk about something different. And I mainly want to focus on our amazing CEO and co-founder. Okay, those were the two big impacts that came from me. And last year at St. Louis, it was the same exact way. A lot of it came from what I heard from Derek and Melanie and the background to the company. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about. So even if you were on the live videos, this will still be amazing for you. Just because I'm going to express how I feel on like really what made an impact to me throughout this convention. Okay, so first things first, I want to talk about the first day. And I don't have any notes on this because I can talk from the heart about this one, but a little background of who I am. My name is Tiffany Offenstein. Obviously, you guys know that. If you don't know who I am, I'm a Purple Status exclusive presenter. Now, a little bit of background is that me and my girls, my team, my heart, my soul, my family, we just hit Purple Status in March. Okay, so we're newly Purple. And sadly, we have not requalified Purple until this month. Okay, we're good for this month, but we haven't actually requalified. We've been requalifying as Orange Status. Now, the reason why I tell you this is that was a big part of me while at this convention, okay? So the first day, I was invited to attend the exclusive meeting, which is only the Purple and the Black Status leaders get to go to this meeting on the first day before registration for everybody else. And it's kind of like this special treatment. We went into, okay, back up a little bit. They opened up the doors and I was incredibly nervous. Okay, incredibly nervous. And the reason why I tell you this is I'm a very real person. My team knows this. I'm very straightforward with them. They know exactly how I feel about situations. I don't try to sugarcoat things or anything, but I was terrified. And the reason why I was terrified is that I go through points in my life of self-doubt. Okay, we're gonna get real. And I feel like I doubted the idea of me being worthy enough to be in this meeting, right? I had only hit purple once. I was blessed to be able to go to the purple status retreat, but I second guessed if I really belong there, right? So we walk into these doors, they open up the doors, and we walk into the boutique, and there is a line of staff members that are clapping and cheering us as we're walking in, and I was videotaping, and at the very end of the line was Derek and Melanie, which I have met both of them before. I've taken pictures with them. I've talked to them. They're amazing people. You know what I did? I beelined through the line and went to a chair. Okay. I did not stop. I did not talk to anybody. Everybody was hugging Derek and Melanie and all this kind of stuff. I was terrified. I was like, I don't know if I belong in this room, because this room is filled with people that I idolize. Okay. The top leaders. We're talking anybody in this company that we look up to and we want to be one day, right? We want to be where they are. And so I beelined and I went to a chair. So I'm going to get to the point of this, I promise. So as the meeting went on, Melanie came up to the stage and she had a task for us. So as we sat down in the chairs, mind you, I've got the Lash twins on both sides. I've got Adriana, I've got Jennifer. Amanda Lawrence was sitting right in front of me. Billy Weck was sitting in front of me, like all these amazing women, right? So we have 3 note cards on our chairs when we sat down. And Melanie's task for us is to take the first card and write down the most hateful, negative thing that somebody has ever said to us. And all of us kind of sat there and was like, whew, like how deep do we want to go? How hurtful do we really want to go, right? So we all wrote that down. And so then she went around the room and she started picking out people and brought them up to the stage. So she took all of the cards from these like 10-ish women that she brought up to the stage and she read them. And it was hurtful. It grinds at you to know that there's other people that say such nasty things to people, right? I'm sure we've all experienced it, but to hear it from these women you look up to, right? So she read those cards and she asked those women to sit down, and then we took the second card and she asked us to write down the most hateful thing that we've ever said to ourselves. Okay? So she again brought other leaders on the stage, and mostly they were Black status leaders. So she brought all these Black status leaders to the stage and she started reading these cards. And this is what opened my mind to something, okay? Is that these Black status leaders, as Melanie are reading these cards, involved, I'm not worthy of good things. I'm not a good enough mother. I'm not a good enough leader to my team. I wish that I could be a better person. You know, like all these things. And I sat back and was like, wow. Not that I ever want to gloat into what other people feel about themselves, but I sat back and was like, these women are exactly like me. You know, like all of us go through that point of having this self-doubt and this fear about being the best that we can. And you see these women be so confident and so amazing within their business that we inspire to be where they are, right? But in the end, we need to realize that these are people too. And it kind of opened my eyes to be like, I'm not alone. I'm not the only one that's sitting in this room terrified to be in here. I'm not the only one that doubts my worthiness to be in this room, that doubts my worthiness as a leader or a person or anything like that. So then we took these cards, these 2 nasty, horrible cards, right? And we ripped them up and we threw them into the air. And the third card, we wrote down something that we wish we could say to ourselves every single day, or that we wish that someone else would say to us, that would kind of boost our self-esteem or boost who we are. So we wrote down something, and what I exactly wrote on my card is that I am worthy of great things. And the person next to us read this card to us over and over again so that we could get that in our mind, that there are people out in the world that will say those good things to you, right? And it was it was very emotional for me, very emotional. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about for this part of it, is to just say, look, every single person goes through these things. And I want you to remember something, is that all of these people that you inspire to be, all of these people that you look up to, that you idolize, they were once who you were, okay? Every single person in this business started with 0 PRS, 0 people on their team, and bought a $99 kit, okay? It is up to you on how bad you want it. What are you going to do with that kit that is going to change your life and change the person that you are? Then there is no reason that any single person should sit back and say, I can't be her. I'm not as pretty as her. I can't do the things that she does. There's no reason for that. There's no reason for you to ever say that to yourself, okay? In the end, I heard some crazy statistic, and I can't remember what it was, but it's like 5-10 years that it takes to actually change your mindset, okay? So we work on this every single day. We do our personal development. We do all these things to help our mindset and help who we are, but it is going to take a long time to get to that point. So within those points, you're going to get to the point that you have that self-doubt and that not feeling maybe worthiness, or not feeling that you're the best at what you're doing and everything, and that's okay, all right? My girls know that we embrace fear. We embrace the negativity. We embrace what we're not the best of, right? And this is something that I always try to preach to them, is don't sit back and just focus on what you're good at. Focus on your weaknesses. Focus on something that you need to work on as a person, because you're going to take that and that's what you're going to focus on. So you can't sit back and say, okay, number one, I'm happy. I'm a ray of sunshine every single day. You know, like all those things. You can't do that. We want to be able to bring as much positivity as we can into our life, but it's going to take a long time to change that mindset. So while you sit back and you think of something that you're fearful of or something, try to look in the positive view of that, okay? This is a negative thing in my life, but how am I going to turn it around to be a positive? All right? So I was terrified to go into this room, but it opened my mind up to, look, even though I'm terrified and I really don't feel worthy, all of these people started where I was. So I can get to that point too. It's going to take time. It's going to be my own journey. You know, don't ever try to be someone else. We want to be where they are. We want to accomplish the things that they did, but it's going to be in your own journey, right? Mind blowing to me. Okay. Mind blowing. It was one of the most emotional points that I went through, but I walked out of that room with like pure confidence to say, you know what? I deserve to be in there. Me and my girls hit this status. We are considered an exclusive status team. I 100% deserve to be in there. Whether I hit the status once or 20, 30 times, right? You have to believe in that. And you have to realize every single point you're worthy, okay? And you're going to accomplish those things. Your journey is just going to be the way that, you know, it's meant to be, okay? So that's what I wanted to talk about, is for the purple and the black group. Derek's speech was just based off of letting us know about the new bonuses that came out and, you know, number-ish, like he's the kind of geeky side to it, right? So that's kind of what he talked about. So the next thing that I want to talk about is Melanie's speech on the last day. And I hope you guys ended up seeing this. And if you didn't, it is extremely important. And like I said in the very beginning, these are the things that really changed my mind in convention. I learned so much, and I learned so much at St. Louis too, but these are the things that really like meant a lot to me. So I have a lot of notes, so if I look down, that's what I'm reading, so that I make sure that I touch on like everything that I really wanted to touch on. And so Melanie walked onto the stage and she talked about how fearful she was to be on stage and like make speeches in front of everybody, right? And then she talks about that's how it is most of things in our life. It takes courage to be able to accomplish the things that we want, right? And so she said this, and this meant a lot to me. So how often does fear hold you back? Having courage does not mean that you lack fear. It means that you have gained perspective on the things that you want. It means you're more afraid of the consequences of inaction than the action itself. Courage is about doing those things anyway, even when you are afraid. Okay? Having courage does not mean that you lack that fear. It means you've gained perspective. Courage means you recognize the consequences of doing nothing. Mind-blowing, right? Absolutely mind-blowing. You've probably seen that one quote float around. I know people were sharing that a lot, but she is an incredible, incredible person, okay? And her speech was all based on courage and fear and cycle breakers, okay? So we're going to get into what a cycle breaker was and why this was super mesmerizing to me, is that she spoke about not letting your past define who you are, okay? And you've probably heard this a million times, and it's something that you really need to focus on. And it's something that you hear a lot about the Younique Foundation and the survivors and stuff like that, not having that part of their life define who they are. But look, guys, this is going to be with anything. This does not mean just about the Younique Foundation. This is your life in general. And when she talked about cycle breakers, she talked about the whole idea of what your past was, okay? So when you look into your family and you think, okay, my dad's an alcoholic, my grandfather was an alcoholic, his father was an alcoholic, ideally, you're probably going to fall into alcoholism, right? Because of the cycle. It is this thing that they try to claim what you grow up around, what you surround yourself around is destined to be your future, correct? But it does not have to be. Okay? Natural tendency is to repeat the negative cycles that you despise. Okay? So this is something that you might despise. Your family is like this. This is something that, you know, you have experienced and you might despise it, but in the end might fall into that because of that's what's natural to you, right? But what Melanie was speaking on is you have a choice. You have a choice to make a change in your life and to make a change for your future, your children, their children, and everything down, right? She said that a lot of times when you get to the point that you have fear or anything like that, you sit down and you say, I can't because, I'm not good enough because, life is too difficult because, I will never because. All right. We tend to kind of bring that into our life, right? But this is where you need to change that around to say, I can because, I will because, and I must because. All right. When it comes to cycle breaking and everything, it's easy to say, well, this is me. This is my family, my life. Stop with the excuses. Okay. Enough is enough. I am going to break the cycle. Okay. Now, I'm not talking just about being an alcoholic. I'm talking about anything negative that's within your lifestyle, your family. It can be for, broken relationships. What kind of relationships that you bring into your life? You know, alcoholism, drugs, anything like that. All right. Cycle breaking. I'm not talking about just one thing. This is about anything, right? The one thing that you guys need to remember is if you don't break this chain, who is going to, okay? How long is it going to continue? And it's going to go down the generations over and over again before it's broken. And you can't put it on anybody else to be able to break that chain. All right. I'm reading a bunch of her quotes, by the way. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the mastery of it. Saying it and doing it is two different things. Okay? You've got to have personal responsibility. Stop blaming others. Stop blaming your family, your past, God, anything like that. Okay? You can't blame anybody in your life to define your future. It is up to you to define that. It is up to you to be a cycle breaker and to make a change for you. This is amazing thing that she said too. You were placed on this earth to do something extraordinary. There is no one else like you on this planet. Instead of focusing on your yesterdays, your struggles, focus on your superhero cape that you probably wear. What do you want to be? Okay? Courage is what will get us outside of our comfort zone. One day you will realize that everything that you do that you don't already have is outside of your comfort zone. And courage is what is going to get you there. Do the things that will frighten you. And that's the truth, right? All these things that we want that we already have in our life were probably easy things, right? It was easy to accomplish it. It was easy to get to. But the things that we really look towards, our future and what we really want with our lives, is probably outside of our comfort zone. It scares the crap out of us. And that's okay. Because every single day you have to be scared. Okay, this is going back to the very beginning when I said, you know what, embrace negative, embrace the hardships in your day, embrace the things that you're, you know, a little bit weaker on and stuff, to be able to change that, to work on it. And this is the same thing. Anything that is outside of your comfort zone, embrace that and say, I want that. It's going to take a little bit. And what am I going to do to break out of my comfort zone to get to that point? Okay. It was amazing speech, amazing, okay? And I don't want to make this super long, but I wanted to touch on the main points that really like got to me and, you know, really changed that. And this can be about anything, okay? My family life is great, okay? I don't really have anything to complain about. My parents are still together. They've been happily married over 30 years. You know, I don't have that broken relationship kind of thing. My parents are, not wealthy, but they're happy and they're comfortable in their life and everything. And, you know, I haven't really experienced anything, but personally, there's so many things that I know that I could work on myself that I don't want to bring to my children, that I don't want to pass on to my family. I want to be independent. I want to be strong. I want to make something of myself. And this was one thing that she said that completely changed my life, is that she said, I have amazing parents in my life, right? Amazing parents. But I live every single day to be better than them. And that's okay. Because what I hope is that my children are better than I was. And that's amazing, right? You work hard to be that amazing person to your family so that once it goes down those generations, you push that they're just going to be better and better, and they don't fall into all this negativity and crap in their life, right? Wanted to share that, okay? So, last thing is Derek's speech, which was phenomenal. I recorded both of these speeches. I've officially watched Derek's probably 6 times since I've been home from convention, because it really impacted my trip, and it was a great ending to everything. So Derek shared his top 5 moments within this company in the past 5 years. There's been 5 conventions so far, so he thought it would be a good idea to do the top 5, okay? The one thing that he said even before he started, he said, you are not just the sales force of Younique. You are, You are not just the sales force of Younique. You are the army. As the CEO, I feel a weight to never let you down. We do. We make mistakes. We have our issues, but what you have done is what no other company has ever done. Okay. Now his top one thing that he wanted to talk about was when the mission really hit home for him. And the mission for our company, obviously, I'm sure all of you guys know this. And you know about the Younique Foundation, right? His mission behind this is he wanted to change lives. And a little backstory for you guys, because if you were not at St. Louis, maybe you didn't know this story. And I share this with my team, and I know some of the girls didn't actually know about this until recently. So, idea behind how this company started, and I'm going to go through this kind of quickly, is that Derek was a millionaire, okay? He worked for a company that actually designed comp plans for network marketing companies, okay? So he was retired, he was happy, he had his family, his wife and everything, and they decided to just go travel around. Now they stopped one day and he was in the RV and he found Shalane's journal. Okay. And he was funny when he talked about this last year, as he stood on stage and he was like, I know a lot of women want to yell at me right now that I opened her journal, but I did. Like, I knew I shouldn't have, but I'm so glad that I did. And he said, I opened her journal, and what I found out is that she was incredibly happy with being a wife and being a mother and, you know, those kind of aspects. But there was a side of her that wasn't happy, that she lacked that extraordinary thing in her life. She lacked that pure confidence in her life. You know, she was lacking a lot that he decided he wanted to change. Now, in the end, he said, I didn't want to just change my wife's life. I decided I wanted to change thousands and thousands and thousands of women's lives. Why? Because women deserve that, okay? We go through these points that we have self-esteem issues and we don't love ourselves and everything. So this amazing man, instead of just saying, I'm going to do something for my wife, he decided he wants to do something for women around the world. So this is where he came up with Younique, okay? And came up with the company. Now, the backstory of this company is the Younique Foundation. That is our backbone, okay? That is something that you guys need to talk about every single day. I'm telling you what, it's hard because I feel like I've struggled once in a while saying I was not sexually abused. This is something that I feel like I don't connect to because I don't have a story behind it, right? I'm wrong. Okay, and that's something that I told myself last year after a convention. I was like, I have to talk about this more. I have to tell people about this because even though it didn't affect me, it affected people that I know. And I might not know about it, right? There's followers on my Facebook, there's people that watch me that this did affect and this can help them. So this is something that you guys have to do your research on. Learn about the foundation, know the statistics, know the backstory of it, know about the Haven Retreat, and talk about it. Whether it's something that affected your life or not. And that is something that I wanted to change. I got on Facebook Live this week. I showed the kudos. I talked about how incredible this foundation was and why this is so important to me, even though it's not something that I experienced, okay? And I put out into the world. I had a handful of girls message me and say, I'm interested in the Haven Retreat. I'm interested in doing this for myself, okay? If I didn't talk about it, would that have reached them? Okay? That's something that we have to remember, all right? And this is why this top thing has really hit home to him, is because he's seeing the transformation in lives all over this company, okay? Not just with the foundation, but the lives being changed and all of the women that take part in this company, okay? Number two thing was his fight song campaign and how much that really truly showed him on how much that it's affecting lives, okay? He specifically talked about one presenter that he saw that really hit home to him in Chicago convention and seeing that for the first time and really understanding what kind of impact this was going to make. But this is where, you know, he started to see this unfold and really how much this was going to change people's lives. And he said this that absolutely meant a lot to me. He said, I want to speak to all the survivors in the world. It doesn't matter if you're a presenter for Younique, but Younique exists for you. We are a voice that will never stop. God made us the fastest growing direct sales company for a reason, and that's to help you. Please accept that help. Okay? How amazing is that? This is an amazing man, okay? I can't say this enough, okay? He is an amazing, amazing person. And that's where the backstory of the foundation really comes in and why this means so much to him, okay? He wants to reach as many people as possible, and we are the way to do that. Our voice and starting that, whether it's something that you can connect with or not, all right? Number three, he talked about growth and how amazing our company has been since it started. So within the Inc. 5000, these are the three stats that he shared with everybody, is that no company on the planet has had the growth in size faster than us, okay? Going on our growth versus our size, there is no company, direct sales-wise, that grew faster than us. Fantastic, right? The next direct sales company is sitting at number 2. We were 17 times faster in growing than they were. Boom. Okay? We reached a half a billion dollars in revenue faster than any direct sales company ever. Mind blown again. Okay, this, guys, is where you know that you are home, okay, and that you are in the right business, okay? They're going to keep rolling out amazing things. They're going to keep striving to be the best of the best. You are in a good spot, okay? Don't ever forget that. All right, next thing, number 4, his number 4 was when he originally announced the foundation in Dallas convention, okay? Now, what he said is that he didn't even know that he was going to actually announce anything about the foundation until he walked on the stage. Like, Shalane was kind of blown away because she had no idea. At this point of him talking about the foundation, it was not set up. There was no plans yet. It was just an idea. He had no people that were going to run this, to work this or this part of it at all. Like it was just in like an idea at this point, right? But he walked on stage and he decided that he was going to talk about it. Now, why this was number 4 on his top 5 list is because once he got on stage and brought this to people's attention, it started people talking, okay? It was a way for women to start talking about this, that it was okay to talk about it. It wasn't their fault and they can speak about it. And he started to see a change in women and started to see a change in survivors hiding because of what they experienced, right? So that was absolutely amazing to know that. And to watch him get so emotional when he talks about these things, that's where you know that this means the world to him. This is our backbone of our company, right? And I don't want you guys to ever forget that. And then number 5, this was a huge thing too, is he wants to make a difference in the beauty world, okay? Now, most of you guys know what our mission statement is, right? But this is something that I learned that was different, is our vision statement. And I don't know if everybody knows what our vision statement is. I did not know, okay? 2.5 years into the company, I didn't know about this. Obviously, our mission is to uplift, empower, validate, right? But we have a vision statement as well. And I'm going to read it. It's on my laptop. But our vision is a world where women of all ages feel beautiful, smart, and confident through all company channels, incentives, and products. Globally seamless and leveraging innovation, our mission will transcend borders, cultures, and languages, and ultimately affect the mainstream perception of both inner and outer beauty. Phenomenal, right? Phenomenal. Okay? This is where the vision of the company starts to work out, right? Is that Derek wants to change the idea of beauty, okay? And turn beauty into real beauty. And he talks about how you go to the grocery store and you see all these magazines and you see the filth in it and you see the fakeness in it, right? These models that are on magazines that we so call beauty in our world and are photoshopped and not real, okay? This is where they want to change this. Because of Younique, his idea is in the future, the whole idea of beauty is going to change, okay? And he said we can make an impact and set an example to the world, all right? And so this is something that goes back to the partnership with Cody. And I know a lot of people freaked out over this partnership, trying to understand why, Derek and Melanie would make this plan to have a partnership with Cody. And I want you guys to fully understand this because it's an amazing thing, okay? It's a good thing. And never doubt their decisions in this company. But Cody owns 7 of the top beauty brands in the world, okay? Now, I'm trying to figure out where my notes were. They own 7 top beauty brands in the world, okay? In April, the CEO of Cody came to corporate, hung out with Derek and Melanie, got to speak to some presenters that were there and everything. And Derek even said, this partnership is not about the money. And I 100% understand that, okay? Because guess what, guys? When it comes to the point that we start doing good, what do? Bonuses. They like throw out everything to the presenters. Why? Because the presenters are the backbone of this business. We are the ones that work hard to sell the products, and they know that. And they value us because of that. Anywhere that you go, whether it's convention, the Green Elite trip, Purple Status Retreat, Black Status Retreat, anything that revolves yourself around corporate, you will be told by staff, by support, or anything like, we love you guys. We have jobs because of you. The company has hit these numbers and this growth because of the presenters, all right? You are welcomed, you are loved, and don't ever forget that, okay? The partnership with Cody is based off of our mission and our vision, okay? And being able to push that faster than they want, right? And he said, if you want to be a part of that mainstream, to change it, you have got to be, or if you want to be a part of changing the mainstream of that beauty, you've got to be a part of the mainstream. And that is why they decided to make this partnership, because that is what's going to create that real beauty aspect that he wants to do with our vision. Now, this is pretty amazing, is that while the CEO was at Younique, he had pulled Derek aside on the last day, and he asked Derek in September to come to Barcelona. He's inviting top 50 leaders within the beauty world to Barcelona to meet with each other, throw out ideas, and, you know, all that kind of stuff, including people from Calvin Klein, Rimmel, CoverGirl, and other huge companies, right? And he pulled Derek aside to say something that was amazing. And this is where our impact is coming into play, is that he said, Derek, I want you there, and I want you to speak to them, because I want you to tell them about real beauty, right? That is where Derek said the vision is coming into play, okay? What we are doing in this company is really starting to show that people realize that using our presenters in our catalogs, all about that real beauty, real people portraying that beauty, that is what's going to influence the world to make a difference, okay? Now, this is the last thing that I want to leave you guys with, okay? And this is how he closed out his speech on the last day. If you want to succeed with Younique, you want to be with us for a long time, the best way for you to succeed is to align yourself with that vision statement. Be that for your teams. Be an example. People want to follow that goodness. Okay? Now, the main reason why that hit home for me, and this is something that me and a girl on my team were talking about the other day, is that sometimes I feel like, you know, as for me and her the same way, is that because we don't connect with the foundation, okay? I'm not a sexual abuse survivor. Neither is she. We don't have that connection to that really like deep down side of this company. There are other ways to connect. Okay? And that is going to be whatever means a difference in your world. And this is the same thing that I tell my team. I tell people that I talk to about recruiting that are interested in the company, is find a reason to be passionate about this company. That is how you're going to succeed. You need to have that passion. And what is going to be that passion? Mine is because of my confidence issues. Okay? It's never been really because of the foundation. It's been because I struggled with confidence for so long, and my self-esteem was so low that that's what I grasped hold of, and that's what I portray every single day. And that is how I've been successful. Align yourself with that mission, align yourself with the vision statement, those backbone things, and really run with the company and be able to show that to people. That is going to make a difference, okay? All right? Derek and Melanie need to see this video. Maybe they will one day. Maybe they will. But that's what I want to talk to you guys about, okay? And like I said, is that I learned so much. I came home with like convention overload. St. Louis was the same way when I went last year. And I learned so much in the classes, and please watch the videos of the other leaders coming in here and talking about what they experienced within those classes and what they learned. But this was what really truly hit home to me, to know that I'm home, to know that I'm where I'm supposed to be, that I am surrounded by people that want to see you succeed. I don't get that in my 9-to-5, guys. I don't get it. I don't have people that sit down and say, I want you to be successful. I want you to make something of yourself. I want you to be able to support your family. I want you to be able to be the best person that you can be. Those are the things that you don't get in those regular 9-to-5 jobs, and that's something that you get from this company. And I told myself I was not going to get emotional and I was not going to cry or anything, but that's what hit home to me, is that we have people that care about us. We are, you know, Maybe you feel that you're not important, but you are. And every single person on this team is important, whether you're a white status, a yellow, pink, blue, green, black, whatever you are, you're important. And they value you. They value your opinions. They value who you are. They love us, okay? And don't ever forget that. Don't think that you're in here just because of your sales and you're making them successful, because that's why they're throwing these bonuses out. That's why they're doing everything they can for presenters. Okay? Never get frustrated. We're still a baby company. Don't get mad that the kudos sold out yesterday. Okay? That is the least of your worries. How many other products do you have to support and to showcase? All right? The kudos sold out because of presenters getting on and really truly talking about what that kudos meant. Okay? I am not a sexual abuse survivor. I got on Facebook, I talked about it, and I sold 9 of them. Why? Because I had passion behind it to say, this is why it's important to me. That's what you have to do, okay? We are a baby company. There's going to be bumps along the road, but these people are amazing, amazing people, and don't ever forget that. Okay, don't ever forget that. And if you have not seen all of the speeches, if you want to see them, I'm doing my best to get them on YouTube. I have them on my phone. Derek has music in the background, so it got deleted off Facebook. But I'm trying to get them uploaded. If you ever want them, just let me know. I'm sure other people have probably posted them, or you got to see it live. But please understand the backbone of this company and understand the greatness behind this company. Okay? I love you guys, and that's what I wanted to talk about. Please share with your teams. If you guys need anything or have any questions, please let me know. I love you. I love you, Crystal. I love all of you. And I'm going to go, make sure that my makeup is still good and, go enjoy the rest of the day. So I love you guys, and I hope that meant something to you, and I hope that, it kind of opened your eyes to things. Okay? I love you guys.